What's happening, guys? In this video let's talk about arrays. In the last video we saw the basic introduction to arrays, and in this video let us get a little bit understanding better way for arrays. So let's get started. Here in the last video we saw that we had 5, we hard coded it, right? What if I make this 25? And then would you do 25 here also? Yes, you could, but it's not such a good idea. So what is a good idea then? A good idea would be to do something like this: student math score dot length. Okay, and this length would actually give you a value that is going to be the length of the array, which is 25 in this case, but let's make it 10 for instance. And then here also at the same time it's going to be student math score dot length. Now what happens is, so this is going to return 10, this is also going to have 10. Now automatically this part would be filled by the value. Now tomorrow if you make this 27, no problem. I mean, as long as you don't hard code, it's fine. And just to let you know, it's always a good programming practice to not hard code. What do I mean by hard code? Putting the value 10 here is a hard code, which is not such a good idea. You know the reason why, right? All right, now let's get rid of this for a second. Now in this line alone, what are we doing? We are trying to basically set the values for the array, right? Now let's do a little bit of functions on arrays. Now if I go to Java documentation, which I would be linking in the description, so we have all these methods that Java provides us to make use of. Okay, now let us really quick look at this now. Let us look at this method, binary search. Now to make use of that, everything, if you look at the documentation, everything is coming under arrays class. So all of these methods are static methods. What is a static method? A static method is a method that does not require any instance of an object. That means I'll explain static method in a different video. Please check it out. Maybe by the time you watch it, probably I would have done it. However, at this point I don't want to waver from the topic that I'm trying to discuss. Basically, a static method is something that I could say arrays dot something like this, arrays dot sort, arrays dot binary search. Everything is coming under the arrays class. Okay, so arrays dot binary search. Now what is binary search? If you know what is binary search, basically it is, you say, okay, so for binary search basically is, let us say you have an array of elements that contain, let's say 1 2 3 8 9 10, okay, 40. Now binary search is something that would say, let's say you want to know at which position or which index the element is located. Basically binary search would return the index value of the element located. Now for convenience sake, I want to know what is the index of 3. Now if we look at it, the index is 0 1 2, correct? So if we do binary search of 3, the answer is going to be 2, right? But in layman, we as programmers know index starts from 0 and it continues. But for a layman who does not know anything, and if a layman asks where is 3 located in this sequence of numbers, obviously he would say it is located at 3rd position, right? So that is something that you should take into consideration while you are trying to build binary search. Anyway, I hope you get the point of understanding what is binary search. It is basically a way to find out at which position a particular element is located in the array. Now let's use this arrays.binary search. Pass in the array. The array is student math score, and then you should pass in a key that you want. A key is something that where is this particular element located? The element that you're looking to find is called as the key. Now for instance, if I say 40, right? So now what happens is it is going to, now if I just click on this, I just did control click. Now look at this. It's returning an integer value, right? So we have to capture that integer value. Now instead of capturing, what I will do is I would say sout arrays.binary search like this. Now what would you expect? Because see, if the element is found, it would return the index value. If the element is not going to be found, it would return -1. That is the, look at that, -11. Wow. Why is it returning -11? Because see, any negative value it returns, it means that the element is not to be found. Look at this, index of search key if the contained in the array, otherwise minus of the insertion point. Oh, that is why we have, because of this we got a negative value. See, remember, if you get a negative value, it means that the element is not found. Now let us try to find an element that is already inserted. Now we know that when we run this, the elements that would be inserted are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, right? Because I is less than 10, which means I is 9. So let us try and find out an element. We'll say the key is 8. The key is 8. Let us see now. Ta-da! Got it? So this is the element found, right? So usually a binary search would return a negative value when the element is not to be found. All right. Now that's about binary search. Let us do a little bit more on arrays. So if I do something like this, arrays dot binary search toString, you can do something like this. Oh, by the way, this is pretty important. toString, and then you pass an array, student math score, and that's it. Now if I surround it with sout, which is basically printing out the values, let us see this. Now if I just run, let me comment this one out. ToString method is going to represent the entire array elements. Let us look at this now. You see that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the textual representation of arrays that is what we defined here, right? So ToString method, you realize the value of ToString method, I hope. And then there is another method. I mean, there are so many methods. I'm not going to talk about every single method, but I'm going to talk about a few important methods that you would want to check. Now, if you want to compare two array elements, then you should use equals method. So basically, this equals method would actually return true or false based on the array. If it's going to return true or false, I'm not sure. Let me just check it real quick. EQ. Yeah, that's right. So it returns true if the two specified arrays are equal. So you can have different kinds of arrays. You can have a Boolean array. You can have an array of string. I mean, you can have array of double, float, whatever. And then when you do equals, automatically that particular method would be called. So you don't have to worry much which method is going to get called. When you pass two arguments that have the same data type, I mean, when I say arguments, I'm talking about arrays, then equal method works. So that's about the equal method. Let us look at another method. Fill hash code. You know, we'll talk about how. Yeah, so here we have sort method. Now, if I say sort, and let me see, if I pass in student math score, and you know, if I say erase this out, and if I say sorted, now let me just try to do arrays dot toString student math score. Okay, so now what happens is it's going to sort all the elements in ascending or descending order, you know. So at this point it's going to sort with ascending order. You know what, let me do this. Let me just enter, and this is a different way to initialize array elements. If you want to initialize them randomly, you can, and this is the way how you do it. 30, let us see, let's make it 65 here, and then it's 21 here, it's 45. You know, I'm just entering some random numbers. Now if let's get rid of this line, I'll comment it out, and if I run this again, you see we set the value to be 51, 65, 21, you know, random values. Now because of arrays.sort method, it is all properly sorted. So that is the power of arrays sort method. And then if we look at other methods, there are so many such methods, like so I mean, you get the point. And always this is very helpful. How do you find it? I link it, or otherwise you already know how to find it, which is by googling, right? And yeah, that's a very quick introduction to methods for array. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share. Thank you.